Yes, YouTube family, wagwan blessing another time. JR here again. Give thanks as the journey continue. And Mother Earth, and don't forget, we all treading this journey together. We don't know of another planet where human being inhabit. Only planet Earth. So we have to live and get along because we are all sharing the same space. Yes, another time coming at you. And reflect on the Vybz Kartel case where them appeal to the Pretty Council. And I give my little take on opinion on it. And my little take and opinion on it is, first of all, number one, we should not appeal to nobody who don't live in the country for overturn conviction of somebody or any appeal by any level, because the repercussion of the action that person take, it's not gonna have no effect on them because they don't live in Jamaica. They don't live in Jamaica, so any repercussion, it not gonna play out on them, It not gonna play out on them, so how them allow if you make such an important decision, we have no effect on them about our country. In my opinion, that cannot be right. That cannot be right in my opinion. So the system need to change. The system need to change. And me talk over and over again. The system that built to use against us, we are using to rule us. And that create a problem. Remember, Jamaican are originally rebellion people. Jamaican are originally rebellion people that come from slavery now. And if you build a system where the Caucasian build to use against us and have it a rule us from we see that that system is not fair to us, we are going to rebel against it. It's only natural. It's only natural, and therefore that's why the country, in my opinion, have so much problem. That part of it, I'm not saying that alone, I'm not saying that alone. I'm saying that's a part of it. So the system need to change, and that the level there make people in the country who the repercussion of the decision them come to gonna have an effect on them. Let them make the decision and the outcome of what to be. In any case, when it comes to something like that in the country, that's number one. Number two, me tell you now already, and me I tell you now again in a YouTube family, justice is for those who can pay for it. Justice is for those who can pay for it. That's what justice is, and it play out exactly in the Kartel and Sean Storm and them case. It play out exactly as I said before. Suppose them never have how much money if you go appealing to the British Council or to the Pretty Council, whatever it's called. Suppose them never have money for appeal to it. Would it boil down to this? That's them conviction scrush? No, it wouldn't. A normal man like me and majority of us YouTubers, we would have gone to prison and go serve the time where the judge give us, because we don't have the resource in terms of money to appeal against it. So you see where the system, the justice system is about for those who can afford it. And number one, from you make a person a lawyer, a legal representative who never there when you and somebody have conflict and you make law that them can represent you when them don't know the truth about what happened. They don't know the truth about what happened, you know. But because them study law, rule and regulation and can quote big quotation under what hockey commander and them something there and can use like a technicality for bring forth a case with or against her. Then they put them to represent you or to represent those who can afford them. So how can that be justice? That cannot be justice, Aya. That cannot be justice. If you promote justice, then what you should have done, you should have automatically set up a panel with any case where a judge rule pan. Any case at all a judge rule upon, that panel there is to overview it and run through everything. Without no person have to find money for appeal and go through a long process and a base, and then those who can afford it, that panel should set up automatically. We review everything and see if everything was done fairly and rightly. If you want it seen as some form of justice. That's my opinion, and I can talk from personal case with me. Both in Jamaica and in the UK. The only time I ever been before a judge, whether in Jamaica or even the UK, it's a traffic offense. It's a traffic offense, you know, my people, and I can tell you what happened to me in Jamaica. This police officer, me and a man in a little incident, to cut it short, me and a man in a little incident, and him reported to one station, and I reported to the other station, and the station where I reported to tell me saying, you know, the other station contact me if you tell them if you contact them. And I did exactly that. When the police from the other station where the person reported to contact me, see me on the road and say, you want to see me if you come over station. I say I don't need to come over station. The incident that happened, I report it, and the other police station said if anyone contact me from here, you need to contact them. So if you need to speak to anybody about it, contact that police station. Carry on, and I haven't seen nobody mention it for a while. One day I was coming and this police stopped me. I was driving a PPV. If you don't know what a PPV, and for those of you who don't know, in Jamaica, I mean public passenger vehicle. Yes, and I was driving a public passenger vehicle, and I left one destination empty to go and catch a school as it over to load up from the school. And when I pull up, I saw the police. The police come over to me and even say, "Call long me I look for you and can't see you." And even pushing hand in the vehicle and switch off my engine. Pushing hand in the vehicle and switch off my engine, you know. And I said, me if you come over by station, you want to talk to me. Luckily, the guy who was there with me, he was the driver. And I was the person who conducting on the bus, but I was driving it at that particular time. So when I take out the papers with the vehicle and tell him to load up and carry on him journey and go talk to the police officer. The police officer write me a ticket for What was it? 35. Say I overloaded 35 passenger, the empty bus, you know. People, the empty bus, the police officer write me a ticket with the overload for 35. And so if you go a court, when I go a court the very first 2 times, I go a court the first time and it put off. And the second time, it's also put off, and I turned to the judge and I said, I'm leaving the country by XY date. So I would like if this matter could wrap up before I leave the country. The judge transferred it to another case, to another court. The judge transferred it to another court, you know, my people, you can hear it and a date before I leave the country, you know. When I go and I explain to the judge what happened, the judge look at me and say, how him fi believe me over the police officer? Like the police officer not just a man like me and you. The police officer is presenting a case to the judge with no evidence. He have no evidence of the law that I break and present to the judge, you know. And the judge look at me point blank and say, how can she believe me over the police officer? And the judge charged me a whole bag of money. I don't walk with a whole bag of money or 6 months in prison. Because I done nothing wrong, you know. A guard room, they carry me, go put me in and say the money need to pay right away, if not straight prison. Over something that I done nothing wrong. It's a lucky thing my mom come quote with me on the day, and I said my mom go borrow it from some relative of mine in that area and pay up the money, and that's how I walk out the court here. And even before that, we have meeting with the person, what you don't call him, the superintendent, who in charge of that particular police division. And I have bring it to the superintendent attention. And the superintendent done nothing about it. Nothing about it when I personally bring it to the superintendent attention. So me I tell you about justice here. And after that now, one time I was at Denby Showground in Clarendon. The famous Denby Showground when they keep the agricultural show. And the Ministry of Justice was down there. And I have go over to the Ministry of Justice and explain to them what had happened and how can I get around it, because from where I concerned, I get a raw deal. And it was a retired judge, him representing the Ministry of Justice down there. And he looked at me and said, there's nothing I can do about it, because in what they call it, in parish court like that, they don't take minutes. So I even can't appeal or take no action against it. Is that justice, my people? Blessing, my people, but this I show you how the system works. And come on to that. In the UK now, personal experience me are giving in the people, same traffic thing. Was driving and a camera flashed me in a 30-mile zone, going 33. No. That's not how it go. No, my brethren was driving and a camera flashed the car in a 30-mile zone going 33. And anyway, the law over here is they would write to you to inform you and tell you to send the details of the person that was driving on the day of the offense. And my brethren was only visiting the UK. He was from abroad. But I've never been where my virgin is. I've never been where my virgin is, and I have no reason to ask my virgin for him full address. So when they write and said send the details of the driver, I've write all the details that's the virgin sent to me. That's the virgin tell me where him live. The virgin live in Cayman, Western Cayman. So just like him tell me say a Western Cayman, Grand Cayman. That's what I put on the farm. And they basically said they would get back to me, and they get back to me and asking me for more details. I said that's all the details I have. So anyway, carry on, and they write to me and said I will hear back from them. And after I hear back from them, and then they write me a letter and said they're gonna have a preliminary hearing, and I don't need to be present. So when I've get the letter, I was a bit confused because me I said, oh, you go have a preliminary hearing about me and I don't present. So I call up the number that's on the letter, and they confirm it that I don't need to be present. And so in a way, I allow it at that. Afterwards, I get a letter say them find me guilty. Them find me guilty of the offense. So when I get the letter, I call up the court again. And the person who I speak to on the phone said, all right, this is what you need to do. We're going to send you out a form, and you need to do this and do that. And I did exactly what she said. And when I turn up at the hearing after I send off the form, they give me a date to turn up. That's the time I was notified that it was an appeal. It was an appeal process. And when I go and they give me a date to come back. And when I went back to the hearing after, it was a 3-panel judge, 3 Caucasian, and the prosecutor a Caucasian. I never go with no legal representative because I cannot afford a legal representative. And when I explained to the judge what happened, the judge uphold the conviction. The judge uphold the conviction, 6 points on my license, and I think the fine was 300 odd pound or 400 odd pound. So after that, now me I said, no, sir, that not sit right. And I go speak to a solicitor. And when I speak to the solicitor said there's nothing he can do about it. When I speak to him, but when I show him the letter where they confirm when they do the preliminary hearing and said I don't need to present, the solicitor look at it and say you have a case. And but I would have to appeal to the High Court in London. Where that all cost how much money we me cannot afford. I justice system, me I tell you what them call justice in Ohio. You hear me say it all cost me how much money to appeal to the High Court in London, which I cannot afford. So I have no choice but to allow it where it is. I leave it way there, according to Jamaican, like myself, yeah. So I know a majesty judge, and I was doing some work on his house at one time. So me I talk to him and I explain to him the situation. And he said the judge shouldn't throw up the case because they did not follow due process nor procedure. So on that grounds alone, the case shouldn't throw out. And them justice system, may I tell you about where them have a run mother earth in here. So me this I show you. So right now, I have my right in man because them did not follow due process and procedure. And I cannot gain my right because I don't have the financial backing to appeal to the High Court in London. So these are personal experience me I tell you about them so-called justice system here. So people, there is no justice in this justice system here. There is no justice, is not a fair system because anything, if you right and you have to pay money for somebody acknowledge you're right, how can that be fair? That cannot be fair. Yeah. Your right should automatically given to you, whether you can afford it or not. So the justice system work on the behalf of those who can afford to pay for it. It's not about who right from who wrong, or who guilty from who innocent. It's nothing like that. It's brainwash. It's the liar where you can afford to play with them can silica technicality in the system where them can exploit. That's what the justice system is about, my people. And this is why, if you notice in a previous post that I make, I said politics fail human being. Politics fail the human race, sire. And with things like these, when you examine them, sorry my people, when you examine them, at things like these, why I say politics fail the human race, because you cannot have a system where supposed to be fair, impartial, unbiased. And if you don't in a position where if you pay for it, you're not gonna get it. How can that system be balanced? It's not balanced, my people. It's not balanced here. And like me say, the same thing happened to Kartel. Whether it's a technicality, sorry my people, whether it's a technicality that he get off from, or whether he wasn't guilty in the first place, or whatever it was. But whatever it was, it's not relevant. The relevant thing is, if he couldn't find how much million, if he appealed to the Privy Council and to pay how much higher, then they could not get off of the murder charge. So the justice system is there for who can afford to pay for it. My people, JR here again, you know, with another food for thought, you know, my people. Another food for thought. Think about it. Look into it, people. Analyze it for yourself. and see what this system is about here. People, stay blessed. Walk good. Walk upright. Like me say, the whole of we there, I tried the journey upon Mother Earth together. And we all coexist on Mother Earth here. So we have to get along. We don't know of another planet where human being or human race they are survivor here. Planet Earth is the only one I keep on repeat that. So let's live and get along together here. Let's live and get along together. My people, thank you for watching those who subscribe. Thank you for watching and keep on watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you like what go on. And make we build something together. Because what I'm trying to build is not just about me. It's about the entire community here. And also during the process try to enlighten, empower, uplift, and motivate someone here. So, share. Click the notification bell. That's when something drop. You notify of it here. And make we build something together. Subscribe, people. Subscribe. Subscribe. For us to build something together. In the long run, you can end up be the beneficiary of what we are building here. Because the platform I'm building is more about trying to help. That's the platform I'm trying to build here. We can help out those who are less fortunate, or those who in the position where they need a hands up. To put them on the wheel. So, make we build it together. Make we build it together and see the outcome. And what it can be. There is potential there. There is potential. But like me say, food for thought at all time. JR here with a salute. Continue tuning. Blessing to each and everyone. Peace out. One love all the time, my people. Blessing.